We are near the end of the year, and there's still a lot to do. So I figured this time we review a Disney movie. Let's see if this movie lives up to its original. This is my review on Ralph Breaks the Internet, Wreck-It Ralph 2. And to save me some time, I'm just gonna call it Wreck-It Ralph 2. Now, the first Wreck-It Ralph is a great animated movie from Disney, and is a great movie about video games. And so when it was announced that Disney would make a sequel to the first movie, people including myself got excited. And the interesting thing this time around would be with it being set in the internet, with a hint of video games along the way. So what's the plot? 6 years after the events of the first movie, Penelope wonders if she'll ever do anything new and exciting after doing Sugar Rush for so many years. Mr. Lickwrack comes in and plugs something new into the arcade, being Wi-Fi. The arcade opens and Ralph makes a new track for Penelope, which causes the kid who's playing with Sugar Rush to break the wheel, which then causes the game to be unplugged until either they get a new wheel, or when Friday hits where the game will be taken away for good. Ralph then comes up with an idea of going into the internet with Penelope and head over to eBay and buy the wheel before Friday. When they get there, they have to make a lot of money fast and do it under 24 hours, so we see Ralph and Penelope go to different websites to get the money just in time to get the wheel. I've really enjoyed the story to this movie. Yeah, there may be some parts that are similar to the first movie, but there's a whole lot to enjoy from the story. I've heard people say that when they watched the first movie and then went straight into the second, they didn't have a great time, but that's a different story to me. I went in after watching the first one and I came out enjoying the second movie. There's a few jokes here and there, but it's Disney. They've been doing this for years now. The one thing that worried me was the use of the internet. We see different brands like Google, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, etc. It was worrying because it could come out dated, whether it's talking about stuff like flossing and Fortnite. Well, this video is now dated, but I like it that it doesn't leave out any part of the internet untouched. Well, almost every part of it. Thank God it didn't go there. When it comes to the characters, some feel kinda like a role reversal or much the same. However, there are some changes that are worth noting. Penelope this time is in a way like how Ralph was in the first movie, wondering if there's more to what she can do and wants something different. I can see why she'd feel that way after playing the same game and unlocking every hidden track in Sugar Rush for 6 years. You want to move on to something bigger. Ralph just wants to make sure that Penelope can get the game working along with the rest of the Sugar Rush characters, and he has to learn about how friends don't have to have the same way of living. We see Ralph do so much for Penelope that it might get you emotional. Oh god, the feels. There are a lot of background and side characters in this movie. The Sugar Rush kids don't do much this time around. Felix and Carhan have a little thing going on where they decide to look after the Sugar Rush kids, but you only see that happen for like 2 or 3 minutes. It is funny though. We even get the video game cameos like last time, with returning faces like Zangief, Pac-Man, and my personal favourite, Sonic the Hedgehog. This time around, Sonic actually talks to Ralph, and that's a step up from the first movie. Then there's all the new characters we meet. Some are mainly to crack a joke or two, and some are meant to show other stuff over the internet, like the Oh My Disney bit where Penelope meets all the Disney princesses. A highlight to the movie if you ask me. Even E-Boy, voiced by YouTuber DanTDM, was nice to see. There's other YouTubers here too, but they don't really say anything. Then there's Spamly, who is a pretty funny character, one of those pop-up kind of characters, but he seems like an actual ad that wants to help people. I really like this character. Then there's Shank, played by Gal Gadot, famous for Wonder Woman and her character in the Fast and the Furious movies, and she's badass in my opinion. I feel like they looked at Gal Gadot in the Fast and Furious movies she was in and gave her an animated look. I've not seen any of those movies, but I am aware of most things in the movies. And then there's the character named Yes. No kidding, that's actually her name. A bit of an odd name if you ask me. Anyways, she basically runs the website BuzzTube, this movie's version of YouTube, even though YouTube does appear in this movie. At first I thought she was going to be the plot twist villain like the first movie did with King Candy, but this time around Wreck-It Ralph 2 pulls an Inside Out and Finding Dory
kind of thing where there is no villain. That's a nice change. It's better than them doing another plot twist thing, since that's starting to get old in Disney movies now. Anyways, Yes is a pretty decent character, all about the trends, and I like that she's willing to help Ralph and Vanellope get the money by making Ralph an internet star, and we see them making different types of videos, and some are decent, while others are questionable if it'll make the movie dated. The animation is top notch here, but what can you expect from Disney? They've been doing animation since the late 1920s, and every time they make an animated movie, they've always improved the quality of the animation, since it's mainly Disney movies that get bigger budgets when making feature-length films. All the returning characters look more clean and new compared to the first movie. The first movie's animation still holds up, don't get me wrong, but it looks even better here. Henry Jackman is back as the composer from the first movie, and still has the same feel for the music as he did for the first movie, and I really love the music here. It's all fun and it gives me good vibes. Overall, Wreck-It Ralph 2 is a great sequel to the first movie. There are some things that the first movie did better, but a lot of stuff in this movie was better than before. If you loved the first Wreck-It Ralph, you'll have a blast, and you won't need to worry about watching the first one first before watching this new one. I did, and I came out loving this new one.
Well, that is it for Disney this year in 2018. So for the next movie review, I won't be getting to it because I want to do something first, which is something I actually revealed not long ago actually, and it will be within the release of the next 2018 movie review. So, till next time, I'll see you all in the next review, which will be the movies related to a character that can do whatever a spider can.